false alarm. Now we're ready to go. Okay. Welcome everybody tonight to our May 1st workshop meeting. Rather brief meeting tonight. We only have a couple items on the agenda. Before I get started, who's with us tonight? We have our entire town board: Steve Bedetti, Eve Lincoln, Steve Moreau, Sylvia Santiago. Our town clerk is here, Kelly Allegra. Our highway superintendent, Anthony Feo, is here. We also have our town attorney, Dave Zagon, John McDonald, our IT department head, and I'm George Myers. The first item on the agenda is this little schedule fee change, this marriage officiant license. They have now decided that just about anybody can marry somebody. So, right, Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, so if they want somebody that's a $25 fee, they come in and they pay that fee. So we're just adding that to the schedule of fees. I really could hardly believe that one when I saw it, but I guess it's true. The next item on the agenda, we talked about this a number of times. Abe Lincoln's been pushing this pretty hard. The splash pads. So I talked to Matt, I think Friday, and he said the prices have gone up. So he's now reached out to get the prices. I talked to John Agito today, and you're proposing that we don't recycle the water, that we just not recycle, just use it. So John said once he gets the new information from Matt, he'll then be able to tell us what that would be. All right. You also suggested that we probably have a master plan for the recreation department, and I think that's a good idea. So Eve spoke to Matt, and I spoke to him later. Asked him to put together a plan going forward. Like, we have upgraded all our parks, we have a lot of good programs in place, but there's some major items that we would like to get done. Not the least of which would be a gym, a swimming pool. This splash pads would be part of that. Hopefully we get that done before we get into this major, but this would be a rather large investment. When you start talking gyms and pools. So I think there should be a plan going forward. So we've asked Matt to draft that for the town board. When he does that, I'll distribute to everybody, and then we can take a look at it as to where we're going. So, I mean, the splash pads were around, I forget the number, a couple 100,000 in there someplace, but let's see what has happened if that's gone up. And then I did see some of that recycling, and they were people were getting sick from recycling. So it's like some of these things, we have to kind of take a look at that. So depending on how much water we're wasting, it's only probably 3 months, 3.5 months. It's not a long time.
Yeah, if I can just mention,
go ahead.
so yeah, I think a long-term comprehensive plan is definitely ideal to sort of encompass any sort of amenities we want to add and out at Christie Babcock, because that's probably where we're going to have to do it. But ideally, the splash park would be first because it's the quickest and cheapest, part of the plan. So that's sort of why I put that in the front. So I think that should be like step one of this plan that we come up with. And until and if we have a pool, then yes, we would, I guess, essentially not recycle the water. But if we were to eventually have a pool one day, which would require the recycling, building to be used, then you could hook the splash park up to that and then recycle the water with the pool water. But until then, you would just not recycle the water. But yeah, it's only 3 months a year. We could limit the hours. It's not all day. It's not on rainy days. So I think we had the estimated amount of gallons, and it wasn't a crazy amount of gallons.
Yeah, I talked to John today, we both couldn't find it, but he said
we'll look. Okay.
he'd rather have the new,
right,
what it would be, and then he'd give it to me.
Okay, so we'll get new prices, the estimated amount of gallons.
So what I'll do is I'll get this from Matt. Once I get it from Matt, I'll get the information to John, and then I'll do a memo to the town board members.
Okay.
You take a look at it, and then going forward. Listen, we did have Mike Weeks draw up something for a pool. Everything would be at Christie Babcock Park. I'm assuming the gym probably would be out there too, if we went for a gym. So, the costs are like here and here, it's $1 million, it's $1.5 million. We're talking like almost as real money. So once we kind of make a decision where we're going, then we'd have to figure out where we're going. Obviously, you have to bond it, but I think people would appreciate that. I hear about a pool a lot. I hear about the gym a lot. I hear about things, but it takes money. And it's, as times go, everything is more expensive. Whatever you buy a pencil today is 20% more than it was the other day. So that's what I'll do. Once I hear from Matt, I'll give everybody a memo, and then we'll go from there. All right, listen, that ends the public forum. We're gonna have some personnel issues that we will go to executive session on. So I'd ask everybody but the town board members to leave the room for a few minutes.